actually more than one thing. Tomatoes are, second truss is flowering, as you can see, and we've got tomatoes forming. This is Crimson Crush, by the way, so that's really good, happy about that. I'm just not fully ventilating it because the weather's pretty cool at the moment. Now finally, also, I've managed to get some multi-sown turnips to germinate. I've really struggled with those, I think because the weather's been so hot earlier on this year, and also savoys. I've really struggled with those, but I can actually see there's one there, there's two come through so far, possibly three, but I want some cabbage obviously to follow on into autumn. And if I just spin you around again, look at these roses. They've been always a good show. So just walking over, the second lot of beetroot's doing well, some lamb's lettuce, and this coriander's done well. So I had another sowing of dwarf French beans, so I thought, right, I'll put them in this empty frame and see how they go on. So they've just gone in because those beans shouldn't be too long before they start producing flowers. I think the flower buds are coming now. A couple of courgettes, they're doing alright. Still actually not got a fruit yet, but I can see they're all male flowers, but I can see some females there, so hopefully not too long before they start producing. And this frame here, there's my second lot of spring onions, well, third lot actually, I think. So they're going to go out when the ones that we have been cropping have more or less finished. I need to pop that parsley up some point. I've just got a few Lolo Rosso coming through as standbys. Alright guys, so we're down on the orchard now. So here's this is where I'm going to put them. This is the asparagus bed, but you might recall in an early video I had elephant garlic along there. So first job, there's my piece, is just going to rake that soil a bit, get a tilth and put some NPK fertiliser in just to boost it, and then we can get planting. So I'll come back to you when that's done. Alright guys, so I've actually put bone meal and NPK in, raked it in, and so just to show you how easy it is with this dibber, we dibber there, as I say, plant, you can see the soil mark, it's just, so if we just pop that in, and you can see it's just gone below, nice root mass. I mean, how easy is that? They just drop in, just firm it down. Beautiful. Alright, so I'll get the rest done, then I'll bring you back. Alright guys, there we go. That's a nice row of peas. And as you can see, I've still got actually quite a lot of plants left. So if anything goes wrong, I've got replacement. So if one of the neighbours wants a few, then there's some left over, no problem. So what I'm going to have to do now, because same as home as down here, you've still got bird issues, and if I don't cover those up or something, you know, they're definitely going to peck them. So I'm going to try and find some scaffold net, sort of drape over the whole thing, and then obviously once they get up, you know, up here somewhere, they should be more resilient to bird damage, but definitely at this point they're too vulnerable. So I'll come back to you again. Right, so I found a bit of scaffold netting that's just pretty much perfect size, and you can see I've kind of made like a bit of a tent shape over it, so hopefully they'll get the tendrils out and they'll start climbing up the chicken wire, and then like I say, when they get up a fair bit, I'll be able to take the net off and they should be resilient then. But yeah, that's Mangetout as well, as I say. I forget the variety now, but it's a very good pea. It's a tall pea, so it's probably going to come more than I've got height with the chicky wire, so it'll flop over a bit, but it doesn't matter. As long as you get a crop off them, that's the main thing. Alright, so coming over at this bed, I came down yesterday and weeded out my courgettes and the cabbage. I'll show you if you can see through the net there. They're doing really well because they're loving, brassicas love this kind of cool, rainy sort of damp weather. It's just perfect for them. So they're going to make some fine cabbages, hopefully. And for a walk round, I'm going to come down, I think it's Friday morning. I'm going to lift one root of this rocket here, and I want some for my tea on Friday because I'm going to have some baked salmon with Mangetout and new potatoes. It's one of my favourite meals. So I'll show you what one root is on Friday when I come down, and then I'm going to, if they're good, which I'm hoping they will be, I'm going to get that row up. So we'll do a reveal there, and I've got my leeks to go in immediately after they come out. Here's the leeks. I brought them down yesterday, so there should be enough for a nice row there. So just one more thing I want to show before I go home, because I think we've got rain coming. So this black currant that was gifted to me from Thompson and Morgan, if I can just get this net up out of the way and show you. Look at those. And when they said they were, I forget the name of the variety as always, I've got it written down somewhere, but they said they were big fruits, and yeah, they are pretty good. I must admit, I'm looking forward to that bush developing. So again, I've got them netted because of the birds, because there were quite a number of gooseberries on this one and they've stripped all those because I didn't net them. My fault. And then, actually before I go, I'm going to see if I can pick these Loganberries, which are ripening pretty quickly now before the next lot of rain comes in. So that's it for now, guys. I will come back to you and we'll update this update. Right, there I did 2 roots. 5 on that one, 7 on that one, and some really pretty big spuds. So this is variety rocket, so I'm definitely happy with that. I mean, all the rain we've had, it's not surprising really. Right, the rain started, so I'm going to leave it there and I'll catch you guys later, but that's going to be for some of our tea tonight. Looking forward to it. Guys, Saturday the 28th, back down on the orchard. So I had first lot of my new potatoes, and I did a big panful and they were absolutely delicious, honestly beautiful. So the plan for now is just to get this row of rocket out, and we forecast more rains. I'm not sure I'll be able to, I wanted to get my leeks in, but we'll see how we go on. But main job now, get these spuds out, so I'll come back to you. Right guys, it's a brilliant crop. It's a huge crop. There was 11 plants in all, one didn't come, there should have been 12, one didn't come through. So as I say, I dug 2 out yesterday. Incidentally, which those 2 roots I dug out yesterday weighed £4 4 ounce. So going by that, you know, it's hard to say exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I don't know. I would say there's got to be at least 20 pound of spuds easily there. 1 or 2 you can see because of the amount of rain. Obviously they've split, but I think they should store all right. But this is what happens when, you know, we had that long dry spring, and then we've had a lot of rain in the last, what, I don't know, about 5 weeks or something like that. But I think they'll be okay. So anyway, I'm going to go for it. What I'm going to do now is, I've got a paper sack. I'll bag these up very carefully because the skins obviously are still fresh and they can tear easily. So I'll bag them up carefully, and then I'm going to rake this level, just firm it down a bit, and I'm going to see if I can get these leeks in. So this is my method, what I do, because they've been in a pot, and you can see the root ball there. So what I do is soak them in a bucket of water and just kind of keep going like that until eventually they compost, so they starts to break up, and then I can tease them out without too much root damage. Right, that's it guys. So I've got 30 leek plants in there, makes up a full row. Usual method, crowbar, and then just top and tail, drop them in and then puddle them in. And I've got enough left. The smaller, so what I do is I'll plant the big ones first, and then the smaller ones I've just temporarily healed them in. So I'll see if my mate wants any. If he doesn't, I might come back tomorrow with my little wooden dibber and plant those. I've got room to get them in. So it's been I'll just spin you around, productive morning. These are I've got my seed rocket spuds for next year, so there's 12, so 12 makes a full row. So they're just a nice size for seed potatoes. And then so all the larger ones are in there, so I'll come down in the van after and collect those, take them home. And then there was actually very few small ones. That's all there was in terms of, like, you know, just little sort of small ones, so I'll just cut those off. And just pick myself a nice little punnet of Loganberries as well. Well, that's it for this one guys. Sorry about the wind noise, can't do much about that really. Just want to tell you a little story before I finish the video. I was coming home up the hill from town, up to where we live, the other day. And there's a lady there called Brenda, and she's a really good gardener. She used to open a house, you know, the garden up, they do these open days, and she used to like specialise in, like, she had a collection of sedums, and so not so much fruit and vegetables, it was more perennials and say these sedums and what have you, tender sort of things. And anyway, I haven't seen her for quite a long time, and as I was walking up, she suddenly popped out the front door. So I stopped and said, "How are you doing, Brenda? I haven't seen you for a while." She said, "Oh, I've got this bloody osteoporosis, you know, and I can't really do a lot now," she said. "But I'm 89," she said, "and I want to get to 90, so I don't like people coming in. I don't want them to see me as I am. So she says, if I get to 90, I'll be happy." She said, and the one thing, if there's anything left working, I want it to be me gob." She said, "I don't care what people think, what I say, I don't care." She said, "My mother used to say to me, Brenda, you want to know the far end of a fart and which way the scalp is." Oh, priceless, absolutely priceless. So I gave her a big hug and said, "Take care of yourself, and I'll pop in and see you sometime." So I thought that was brilliant. I thought you just love that sort of stuff. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Catch you next one. Bye for now.